Okay, guys, hear me out. I have a cool idea for a Marvel movie. What if I took 3 different versions of Captain America, 2 different Black Widows, and a cranky version of Kitty Pryde Shadowcat, and I sent them after an Omega-level hero, the Sentry. Huh? Great idea, huh? The trailer says, careful who you assemble. No kidding, Marvel. You've had some duds lately, unfortunately. This one, it remains to be seen. What do you guys think in the comments? Do you think Thunderbolts has potential? I think this trailer is interesting, but there's nothing telling me how this fits into the MCU or why I should be excited that it's even in the MCU in the first place, simply other than the fact that I do know who these characters are, but several of these characters, to know who they are, you would have had to have watched at least one Marvel television show, you would have had to at least watched Black Widow, and you would have to remember Ant-Man 2, which was, 8 years ago or something like that at this point? So all these characters are probably going to have to be reintroduced to people so that they understand who they are and what's going on. If Marvel or Disney simply trusts that the audience will know what's going on or care about these characters from the get-go or doesn't put enough effort into that, this isn't going to go over well with general audiences. And again, just to repeat, we have a secondary forgettable villain from Ant-Man 2, Ghost, played by Hannah John Kamen, who is pretty cool, and I like the new design, but audiences probably have forgotten who she is. And you have Elena and Alexei, who were main characters and introduced in the Black Widow film, which didn't do very well, and also not to forget the villain from the Black Widow movie, Taskmaster, that turned out to not be the actual villain of that movie. And we have John Walker, who, for me, was actually the best character in the Falcon and Winter Soldier show, which I actually liked most of. There were a couple of tidbits that didn't stick too well with me, but I liked most of it. But I bet you anything, general audiences haven't seen it en masse. So they're missing out on John Walker's probably best story arc, and they're not going to know who he is or why he's here. So they have a lot of challenges ahead of them. The movie gives me a little bit of a Weapon X origin story vibe, and I don't know if that's what they're going for. I'm going to say one spoiler that I am aware of from the film. It has been circulating the internet for a while. I did know it about 3 years ago, and it's this, that they are going to be mining adamantium from the Celestial that came out of the Earth and is now stuck in the Indian Ocean, I believe. Correct me in the comments below if you remember where it even is. But that film is another film we're drawing from that didn't do well in the box office. So this film and everything going on in it is built off of properties and things that most people haven't even seen. Let alone having Elaine Bennis in the film, who I actually liked her portrayal as Val. I do know most people are having a hard time not seeing Elaine Bennis, but I was okay with it. I'm willing to give it more if they can do something interesting with it. But again, I'm speaking from the standpoint of somebody who knows all this, and I'm having a hard time being interested. I can't imagine the general audience is going, I'm excited to go see the Thunderbolts. The Thunderbolts name itself comes from General Thunderbolt Ross, and I'm not sure how they're going to handle that. This comes out after Captain America in February with Red Hulk and Sam Wilson, so I'm not really sure how these things are going to leapfrog into one another and how we're going to tie in the Thunderbolts from Thunderbolt Ross' name, but I feel like these are going to be a hard sell or not that interesting to the overall arc. I like the way this trailer looks, but I have a feeling it's not going to go the way they think. Be careful who you assemble. Indeed.